Hello again, everyone. Now we're going to take a look at the Daimyo box. This came in our supply drop today from Cool Mini or Not. This is part of Rising Sun, so this is an expansion box. And the thing is, I don't know if this is one of the Kickstarter exclusive items or if this will be retail or not. So I'm not quite sure how to present that other than this is the Daimyo box that came with our pledge today. Now it does have, it's just that when I'm thinking back to the Kickstarter, I remember they were talking about component upgrades that they would have, taking some components that were cardboard, making them plastic, and so I see a lot of those items here, and then I thought some of these were going to be maybe Kickstarter exclusive creatures. So nothing on the box says that this is Kickstarter exclusive items that I could find. So it could just be that this might become an upgrade box for your kit. So you have to have the base game, you get this, you get some additional components, and then also it does come with storage, extra storage spots for the, let me just look here, it says, comes with empty slots to hold the figures from the, I'm trying to read upside down, from Kami Unbound and the Monster Pack expansions. So this is going to have additional space to store creatures from those expansions, which is great because that's always something people talk about is, you know, you give me all these expansions and then I have all these little boxes floating around. So it's nice to have one large box to kind of carry and store items. Well, let's rip the shrink off here. And now this box is slightly smaller than the core game box. They always make shrink wrap so difficult for me. That's woe is me. So this is slightly smaller, so this doesn't have to worry about a game board or anything like that. Now, without the shrink wrap on, I think it might be a little easier to see the artwork. So again, it's got an amazing amount of artwork on the box. This is a great looking picture. The sides also have some incredible pieces of art all around the box. So again, just putting this on your shelf, it's going to look amazing. Then the box itself, once again, is going to show you some of the components that come in it. And just the components, it says it's got 20 highly detailed miniatures, 27 colored miniature bases. Then you also have 2 plastic coin markers, 8 plastic war markers, 20 plastic Ronin tokens, 10 plastic mandate tiles, 6 plastic alliance markers, 24 plastic strongholds, 10 cards, 1 political war board, because this is for the new clan, and then 1 clan screen. So I think this is the Fox clan. Yeah, the Fox clan. So that's great. So let's go ahead and try to open this. These big boxes are always fun. Ooh, even when you take the lid off, I'm going to try and show you this without having everything fly out. At least on this side here, on the back, even the sides, again, things are flying out. But the sides have some pretty amazing artwork. Okay, let's flip it back towards you. What do we have? So this is your Fox Clan card, again with wonderful pieces of art that your opponents can look at. Shows you their ability of wily presence. At the start of the war phase, you may place a bushi in each province where you have no force. Oh, that's nice. They have a starting honor of 6. They are in the Kansai province of the main islands. They also start with, well, they get a seasonal income of 5, in-game bonus, whatever that means. Fantastic. Great. Then we have here, now this was just floating around, so I'm guessing this is just what this is. War advantages, political mandates, so maybe a nice hard cardboard cheat sheet of some kind of information. Yeah, that's what I have to say. Possibly, because I still haven't read the rules, but we'll get to that later. And then we have here monster cards. Now, having not played this, the game is supposed to be like the spiritual successor of Blood Rage, except maybe some things were streamlined and some rules tweaks to help you fit the theme of ancient Japan. And so what happened with Blood Rage, which was a little disappointing for me, is they did include all these wonderful creatures, and to get them you had a bidding system. And so you would get, you know, like this troll or something really cool looking, and you would put its card in with all the other cards, and then the bid, you would deal out a certain amount of cards, and maybe the creature would come up, and then because it's a bidding system, you might see the creature that you spent extra money to buy, and then you have to decide, well, do I even want that? Because there's another card here I think is better in the draft. And so this might be some of the similar items. The monsters are here, you can incorporate them into the base game, but that doesn't mean you're going to see them. That's not bad. Options are good, and you could probably take out other creatures and kind of customize the decks a little bit, so you might pull those other creatures that you're adding into your game more often. But that's the first thing I'm seeing here is a pack of cards, which I should have been trying to open instead of complaining about something that might not apply because I haven't played yet. Well, I'm sure you want to see other stuff and not me struggle. Or, I don't know, maybe you want to see me struggle with trying to open plastic on some cards. Well, let's see. This should do it. Well, trying to find a plastic foothold here. Well, that's just not working. My goodness. Well, anyway. Look, there's cards. Alright, here are, I guess these are the, I don't know, mandates. They're very cool. Now I say plastic, but let's just take a moment to look at this. And then look on this side. This almost feels like, thematically, you could say these are carved on ivory. Yes, it's plastic. Both of these say train. So I'd be curious to see what else we have here. We have, ooh, Betray. Ooh. Betray has a ninja. We have Marshal the Troops. We have Harvest. Let's get some foods to eat. Recruit, we need replacements. And then finally, oh yeah, train. Yeah, these feel really good. I always say, I need to play the game maybe a couple times to really get a good feel for it. And if these are the items that replace some of the cardboard, just tactilely, this feels really good. Alright, so we've got these nice thick tiles here. So I'll put those here, put those here. And then here are some slots for your expansion, right there. There was like nothing there. Okay, now this comes up and out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the base box. That's going to make it easier to look at some stuff here. If it's not taped. It is taped. How many places is it taped? Oh, that probably sounds terrible. Moving things around. Can I open it now? Oh, tape over here. Nope. Nope. Yep. Yep, it's taped. Well, thankfully they used a lot of tape to keep it all secure. Oh man, that just sounds horrible. Nothing like plastic on plastic action. There we go, look here. Looks like your clan alliance pieces. So the base game, these are supposed to be cardboard. I looked at the components earlier, but again, having not actually played, these actually look like they would be great replacements for, you know, the cardboard components. That's just kind of cool. Again, sometimes it's about the tactile experience. You know, the pieces just add to the enhancement. So there's those, and that's way, you know, you've got, you know, your different clans. So if you decide to form your alliances, you fit together. That's actually very cool. They've put a lot of thought into some of the game mechanics. Here's the battle flags. And plastic flags, they work. Oops, don't drop it. Here's the base stands for them. They fit together. Looks like it's slotted. Yeah, it's got a little key slot, if you see that, so people like me know exactly how it's supposed to fit. And then even after knowing how it's supposed to fit, then we struggle to make it work. Nice. Okay, so there's your banners. And then here we have lots of these tokens which represent things and actions that you do in the game. And there's a bunch of them. And then here are your 2 clan markers for the Fox clan. And then, yes, here's your little pagodas, because apparently when you're building strongholds somewhere, you can start with like a base one. So that gives you a nice ideal of the pagoda. Then, you know, second level is they just stack. So eventually, you know, you could have, I'm not sure if the idea is you could have multiple or you just build it tough, or at least I thought it was that you could stack it to represent strength, or perhaps they just stack so you can fit them all together in the box. I guess I'll find out once I, you know, start playing the game. Then we have here, I think, what was it? What did we say? There was a turtle clan, and then they put their strongholds on the back of a turtle, which, if for nothing else, that's why I would play this clan, because that's amazing. Yes, you folks get your little fortresses that you can spread out among the map, and I get fortresses that I just take with me. Yeah, maybe you are. Well, like I said, we'll find out when we learn to play. But I like that. Turtles. And there we go. So that's some of the plastic, not all the plastic. And then this goes here. Luckily, this is one of those times where what you take out of the box looks like it's going to fit back how it's supposed to fit. And then I'll just stick that right back in the box. Then we've got here some of the additional creatures and monsters, and this should be taped as well. So what I gotta do is I gotta find the tape, because you know, use that nice clear tape. Yeah, no, I was just thinking, you know, boy, Eddie, what you should do to be nice to people is moments like this in your video, maybe edit out these parts. And then I thought, no, because this is the time that you and I get to spend together to talk about the weather. How's the weather where you're at? Our snow finally went away. We got some sunshine. Oh, look, miniatures. Okay. We'll take the lid off. Oh, I swear if I find any more pieces of tape, I'm going to pull them off. There we go. Oh my goodness, there's still more tape. Let me just get that lid. Now in the core box, the figures were amazingly sculpted. I mean, these are incredibly good. Now, some of these you can tell they're pieces that have been put together for you. So you have definite, you can see like the mold lines around the mouth where the pieces connect. You can see where the legs connect to the body. I only point that out because some people are very particular about how they prepare their models for play. Like they want to paint them, which means some people, if you needed to, you know there's a few spots where you might have to get some putty if you want to fill those gaps and those lines before you paint. But they're not horrible. they're just noticeable. So it's really going to be up to you what kind of prep work you put into these. So they do come pre-assembled. So there's your Godzilla. Now here's another dragon. Again, this is another fairly well, yeah, it's a good size. It's got a little bit of heft to it too. And it looks really good. So well sculpted. Here's a much smaller snake lady. I don't remember seeing her, but that is absolutely creepy. Just a snake, just basically a lady's head and entirely a snake body. What do we have here? I'm not sure who this represents from Japanese mythology. So we have a winged warrior lady. Here we have a bear. It looks like a bear. Bear warrior. It's got a nice axe club combo going on. Then we have, I guess, like a monkey king holding himself up on his own staff of wisdom. And then the dragon. So there's a few creatures. Oh, here's some more. This looks like a wolf person. There you go. Alright. Then we have, I can't quite tell, that almost looks like a cat person in mummy wrappings. But very cool looking. Then we have, looks like a beardless Gandalf person. Lots of hair on the back. And who do we have here? Possibly a lich looking white ghastly undead figure, possibly. And then you have your Fox Clan. I'm pretty sure this is the Daimyo. Now the main box, a lot of the figures came with their identifying marker bases on them, and these don't. So this is just the figure without any of the extra bases applied. So there you go. That's probably the Daimyo. We have here. These are nice. These sculpts kind of do fit more of the samurai and, you know, kind of look that I was thinking. Some of the clan members in the other clans, they don't look very samurai-ish. I do see though, there's three of those spear guys. I'm gonna have to run some hot water over them. Some of the spears are kind of bent. But the nice thing about this plastic is if a figure is bent, you just run hot water. We probably have to heat it up on the stove. It's not like it has to be boiling hot, but just hot enough that it will soften the plastic that you have, and you can bend the plastic back into shape. And then if you dip it in some ice water to quickly cool it, it will hold that new shape, that new position. So you can fix your bent miniatures. And then we have three of these rifle people. See, I knew and thought somebody had riflemen, and I believe that's the Fox Clan. That's your people with rifles. So again, they actually look more like samurai, like I was thinking. Well, except maybe for the old man with the lantern. That might not be samurai-ish, but alright, so there's those figures. There's empty space underneath here, and that I believe is where you're going to fit some of the additional creatures that come from the Kamion Bound and the Monster Expansion. And then here's the bag of bases for the creatures included, and that fits up under here inside the box. Great, so let's stick this back in. Of course, the trick is seeing if you can fit it all back in the box the way it was supposed to be. So I already forgot exactly where they were positioned, but they had the things there. We're going to set those there. That seems about right. We had all your plastic play aids, fortresses and fortresses on a turtle back. Oh, that makes horrible sounds. Then we had the cards that I'm sure when you open your card pack, they're going to look gorgeous. Then we had this really nice, strong, thick cardboard play aid of something that's probably in the core box. So wonderful, wonderful. And then you've got your clan screen for the Fox clan, which is the clan in here. Wonderful. And then, of course, the Daimyo box to hold it all together. And it fits like that. And there's your Daimyo box for the game Rising Sun from Cool Mini or Not. Thanks for tuning in and watching, and we'll see you again later.